What a way to crown my 2015 reviews and have this be my final contribution for the Red Ribbon Reviewers for this year. And that, of course, is the New Year's Eve concert with 3 mezzos with soloists Anne-Sophie von Otter, Angelika Kirchschlager, and Natalia Kawalek, with Rani Calderon on the podium alongside the Wiener Kammerorchester, and this was shown at the Theater an der Wien. Now, I was totally excited for this concert because I knew in the back of my head that this was going to be the concert to definitely wrap up 2015 and let it go out with a bang. Because I was also very excited because Anne-Sophie von Otter and Angelika Kirchschlager especially were 2 mezzos that were also part of my childhood. Granted, I first heard Anne-Sophie von Otter when I was about 11, and she sang a duet with Elvis Costello, and basically she was a name I've been very familiar with. I loved her as Octavian, I loved her in a lot of the trouser roles, and even that of Orlovsky. But I'm sure that a lot of people will remember Anne-Sophie von Otter as Octavian. But after those stints in a lot of the pants roles, somewhere along the line in her mid-40s, early 50s, and even mid-50s, she started to sing a lot more dramatic mezzo roles, starting with the likes of Carmen from Bizet's Carmen and Charlotte from Massenet's Werther, even to the likes of Brangäne from Tristan und Isolde and Waltraute from Götterdämmerung by Wagner. And she even found herself singing the role of Leocadia Begbik from The Rise and Fall of the City of Mahagoni, most recently. And then you also have the likes of Angelika Kirchschlager, who I saw back then when I was 15 years old with my father at the Royal Opera House singing the role of Melisande from Debussy's Pelléas et Mélisande. She owned it back then. And she's been very well known for a lot of lyric mezzo roles, high lyric mezzo roles, with few attempts of the soprano repertoire, the likes of Zerlina from Don Giovanni, Melisande from Pelléas et Mélisande, and even Lauretta from Gianni Schicchi. Natalia Kawalek is a mezzo I've heard of only recently, and I've seen her a couple of nights ago singing the role of Ismene from Traetta's Antigone. So with 2 veteran mezzos and 1 mezzo on the verge to stardom, I was kind of skeptical at first because, well, I did not know how Natalia Kawalek would hold out compared to these 2 grand dames. But it's safe to say that Miss Kawalek really held her own and really worked very well with Madame von Otter and Madame Kirchschlager. And the evening went like this. It basically started out with part 1 being all of the Kurzweil songs and the chansons as well. The second part mainly involves French operettas and even operettas by Johann Strauss, most notably the likes of La Vie Parisienne and La Péricole, and even the Bar Carol from Le Conte d'Hoffmann by Jacques Offenbach. And then the evening concluded with a couple of scenes from Die Fledermaus. First of all, there was Orlovsky's aria Ich lade gern mir Gäste ein, and the champagne song. And there were a lot of highlights for me. What's very notable in the first act was that Madame von Otter, Madame Kirchschlager, and Madame Kawalek all came in with bob cut wigs that were black, and even black dresses, almost to evoke what the style was back then in the 1930s. So I thought it was a very great opener, and you even had them carrying microphones on stage, which I really thought was just fabulous. The biggest highlights for me were the Alabama song and even the likes of One Life to Live, sung by Anna Sophia von Otter. I definitely loved her rendition of the song. Her singing was no surprise for me because she also sang a duet with Elvis Costello, and she's been very well known for not only singing a lot of opera, operetta, and chamber music, but also singing a lot of jazz songs. So her voice was definitely adaptable to different genres, and with this was definitely no exception. She really did a fine job with that. Then you even have the September song, sung by Angelika Kirchschlager, and even the duet, the Bilbao song, sung by Anna Sophia von Otter and Natalia Kavalek. I definitely enjoyed their rendition of that. And there was just a lot of great moments, especially in the second part, in which you had all of the Mezzos wearing all of these very beautiful costumes. Like, for example, you had Natalia Kavalek with her first aria from Fantasio, the Ballade de la Lune, Voyez dans la nuit brune, in which she wears an evening gown, which I thought looked very gorgeous on her. And then with Angelika Kirchschlager singing the aria of La Pericole, she basically wore a pink gown with a feather boa. I thought that really looked nice on her. And then Anna Sophia von Otter had a lot of very wonderful costumes as well. I really love her green costume. I also love her black costume with that veil on it. It looked really beautiful on her. And I really loved the bar carol, Belle Nuit aux Nuits d'Amour. I thought it was just gorgeously sung. And what's also worth mentioning was that the conductor, Ronnie Calderon, also sang some little bits as well. And I have absolutely no idea that this gentleman also sang. He was actually excellent, really working well with not only as a conductor for the orchestra and for the Mezzos, I also thought he was a very great singer. So overall, I really have to say that this was a definitely wonderful evening for seeing very wonderful mezzo-sopranos really do their thing. I really want to give a thank you note to Anna Sophia von Otter, Angelika Kirchschlager, and Natalia Kavalek for really keeping me entertained. You ladies were fabulous. I really enjoyed the chemistry that you all had together. You sang very well. And yes, there may have been a couple of shortcomings here and there, but that's totally forgivable. You totally rocked the evening. I definitely enjoyed all of your renditions. I really just had a lot of fun, really enjoying every single moment in this concert. And this was definitely a great way to wrap up 2015. And as we march on to 2016, I'd also like to thank all of my subscribers for keeping up with me. I also like to thank my family members and my friends for supporting me, all of my colleagues, whether they be from my acting school or from my film school or even from my previous schools. I definitely want to thank you all. And most of all, I want to thank you all for also watching and keeping up with this channel. It really meant well to me. I am very blessed to have you all in my life. And let's really make 2016 a wonderful year. And for those of you who are continuing to subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. And I'm glad that you were able to enjoy my content. And no need to worry, I'll definitely be a lot better this year than I was previous years ago. Because you know what? For me, there's always going to be room for improvement. There's always going to be room for a lot of genuine relationships I can make with all of you guys, all the reviewers I've gotten to know and love, and it's definitely a great year. 2015 for me was a fast year. Yes, there were also some crappy times as well, which I dare not get into so much, but it's very safe to say that it's been a great year. Despite some downs, despite some disappointments, I will have to say that it's been great. And this also is my final contribution to the Red Ribbon Reviewers. To everyone there, thank you so much for giving your time to this group. And I also like to thank Eli as well for putting up with my craziness. You're a really awesome guy. I really wish you well with all of your cartoon hero reviews. And that's pretty much it. Well, that's it for this year, 2015. Tune in tomorrow where I have a concert review. And until then, I wish you all a very happy new year. Let's all make 2016 a very memorable year. And good night, everybody, and stay awesome.